already know what time it is. Here's the Roundtable.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Roundtable. I'm Ivana Belonga.
I'm Brianna Johnson.
I'm Justice Johnson.
And I'm Nzinga Barnett.
So, because the family of Henrietta Lacks is suing the company that stole her cancer cells, today we'll discuss medical racism and the lack of trust that people of color feel towards our healthcare systems because of this ongoing racism. Do you guys think that we should be more trusting of our healthcare workers despite this?
I think we should be trusting. They go through years and years of medical training and at the end of the day are licensed. They understand the things in our bodies that we don't understand. It's very hard for me to think that every physician is inherently racist.
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, I feel like those inherent racial biases are exactly what makes it more difficult for us to trust them. So at the end of the day, we should be able to trust our healthcare workers. We should. But it's difficult for us to because of the history behind it. Think about Henrietta Lacks. This was 70 years ago, and even to this day, 70 years later, she still has not gotten justice for the plight that she went through. So I feel like, sure, we should be able to trust them, but are they making it easy for us to trust them? That's the real question.
A lot of lower income rural communities of minorities are very untrustworthy towards the medical field because they've had to live through the experiences of Henrietta Lacks. They've seen how the medical professionals are going to horribly treat them, are going to turn them away, are going to make them feel like a burden while they're in the hospital. So that discourages a lot of them from wanting to get care. I personally believe that with the advancement of medicine, people should go, but I also see the reason why people don't want to go and don't feel safe in those spaces because even in my own family, a lot of them will think, if I go to the doctor, I'm not going to come back alive.
Absolutely, and we see that in all of the statistics that you guys mentioned. These studies are just starting to be done. A lot of people and a lot of healthcare professionals in particular still believe that Black people experience pain at a lower rate than white people. We don't get the care that we need. We don't have the access to the resources and the healthcare that we need. People don't listen to us. You know, I went to the doctor the other week and I was repeatedly told that I had these symptoms and that this was what was wrong with me, when in reality, I knew what was wrong with me. I had to tell the doctor myself what was going on and what I needed. I had to tell the doctor what medicine that I needed. They would not listen to me. I had to make them listen. So I think that's just an experience that so many Black people and Black women encounter way too often.
Especially Black women. When you think about the fact that Black women are 40% more likely to die from cancer, even though white women get cancer more, that's ridiculous to me. Like, I really don't understand how these health disparities occur, but it's not up to us to, trust them more. It's up to them to make us trust them more by reforming their system with anti-racist teaching.
Right, and I can agree with that. There does need to be a level of reform within the medical system. I mean, a lot of this stuff is based on the same practices years and years ago. So I can agree with that.
History will show that racial bias is a killer. There is racial bias within the police system, which is why we fought so hard for police reform, and there's racial bias within the healthcare field, which is exactly why a lot of people don't go to the hospital.
At the end of the day, what we need is reform within these medical systems, because medical racism can branch out into environmental racism and so many things that affect our communities, and those health disparities are going to continue to exist until reform and anti-racist medical training is implemented into these systems.
Exactly. We have to, sadly as it is to say, take on the charge. We have to be the change that we want to see. So that may mean some Black doctors may have to be in those uncomfortable spaces to ensure and to fight for those that don't have the voice to be able to fight for themselves.
Absolutely. More Black doctors who can really relate to us and, just understand our plight. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have left. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.